ain't been taught that we can be a people that can rule the earth, that we can govern our own community, have our own businesses. We haven't been taught that we was a royal people. Read what you got. Watch this.
The book of Hosea, chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
So the Most High said the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. Read.
That's right.
Which cannot be measured.
Which cannot be measured. And you can't do no census on the black man. I don't care how many census and surveys they send out. They can't number how many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans it is. It said they're going to be numbered as the sand of the sea. Read.
Be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
So right here in America, you have not been taught. The black men, what's up, Chris? You have not been taught that you was an Israelite. They teach you were black. They teach you was Negro, niggas, colors, African Americans. You ain't been taught that you are the children of God.
That's
you ain't been taught to hold yourself to a high esteem. You've been taught that you was only niggas. Read on.
There it shall be said.
So in the same place it was said you wasn't the children of Israel, it was going to be said what?
There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
So it said in the same place they told you was only Negroes, you was going to be told that you are the sons of the living God.
That's right.
The black man is an Israelite. You are God's chosen people. We supposed to be on top. What happened to us? What happened? What was the reason why we came down low? Give me Isaiah 5 and 13. What's the whole reason why we fell from our rulership? Why ain't the black man governing his own and policing his own communities? Why we got to have another nation of people over us? Why we can't raise our kids? Why is it that another nation got to put us on child support to make us take care of our own children? We got to ask ourselves, why are these things happening to us? Read what you got.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
So God said, therefore my people have gone into captivity. Read.
That's right.
Because
what?
Because they have no knowledge.
Because they have no knowledge. We don't have the laws of God in our community. We don't have the knowledge of God. We don't have the instructions that God gave us on how to raise our children. On marrying the black woman. We're not marrying the black woman these days. We horn the black women out. We telling the black woman she's just a thought. You see what I'm saying? We don't teach our kids how to dress. We don't teach our kids how to conduct themselves. Give me Psalm 78 and 5. So it say the reason why we going into captivity because we ain't got no knowledge. That stuff they teaching in schools not knowledge. I'm not saying math and learning how to read and write ain't important. What I'm saying is they not teaching you the knowledge on how to come out of the situation you in. They're not teaching you the knowledge that's gonna break this curse. Why is it that we can't have nothing but beauty salons, car washes, and little chicken shacks and burger shacks? Black folks way better than that. Hispanics too. We way better than just these little mom and pop corner stores. We supposed to be ruling the earth. Read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 78, verse 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel.
We say he established a testimony in Jacob. That's the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And a law in who?
In Israel.
So he gave Israel laws. That's what we supposed to be governing ourselves by. Just like right now. If a brother have an issue with a person that looks just like him, his own brother, instead of us talking it out like men, reasoning and getting to a solution, we rather shoot each other from a distance. Instead of walk up to each other face to face like men and settle the issue. But guess what? Give me Leviticus 19 and 17. God gave us law. He appointed a law in Israel. He gave us laws to handle our civil disputes. But we got to go before another nation in the courthouse to settle a civil issue. We shouldn't have to be like that. We should be able to govern our own selves. We should have our own judges. Just like it's a book in the Bible called Judges. Because why? The nation of Israel, we govern our own people. But now we don't want to govern our own people now. We comfortable with going to courthouses, to detention centers, to jails. Why we can't govern ourselves? Read what you got.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So the laws of God say you shall not hate your brother in your heart. That means don't join no gang just to kill your own brother over a color, over a street, over some history, some false history. A lot of that stuff they teach us ain't really happened. But we out here killing each other over these things. It said don't do what?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So it said that you ain't supposed to hate your brother in your heart. That means selling drugs to your own brother. That means whoring out your women. You hate your own sister when you whore her out. When you spit game to her, tell her what she want to hear, just so you can run up in her and leave her. That's hating your own people. We ain't supposed to conduct ourselves like that. Keep reading.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So it said if you love your own people, you gonna correct them. If you love your own people and you don't want them to be in no sin and no danger, you gonna correct them.
That's
read.
Right. And not suffer sin upon him.
And don't suffer no sin upon them. That means you ain't gonna allow them to do nothing you know they ain't supposed to do. And if you do that, give me Leviticus 5:1. Hold that. If you do that, not only is that person gonna be punished by that, but guess who else? Guess who else? Guess who else gonna be punished if you don't warn your brother, let them know that they are transgressing God, that they are doing something wrong. Read what you got.
The book of Leviticus chapter 5 verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing.
So it said if a soul sin and hear the voice of someone swearing, what's gonna happen?
And is a witness, whether he has seen it or known of it.
So it said if you're a witness, if you seen somebody do something that's contrary to God, if you seen somebody do something wrong and you sat there and witnessed it and let it happen, guess what? Watch this.
If he do not utter it.
So it said if you don't tell it, read.
Then he shall bear his iniquity.
So it said you gonna bear his iniquity. Hey, two young men right there just walked by. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all got a second? Come on, let me for just a second. I ain't gonna hold you up. Hey, look. I just want y'all to know, we ain't coming out here with no Christianity, man.
That's
we
right.
coming out here to teach you better than what them folk taught you, man. We teaching, look, we come out here to teach you that Christ is not no white man. He ain't no cracker, for one. And
That's
for two,
right.
You come from a royal people, man. You come from the most important people on the earth, man. You the Israelites, bro. You ain't no nigga. You ain't no colored, no African American, or none of that mess, man. You hear me? We better than that.
Bring it on.
We trying to get back on top, man. We trying to rule our own communities again, man.
That's
We
right.
trying to build a society within a society. You hear me? We trying to govern ourselves. The only way we're going to do it is with this book, man. This book is your history.
That's right.
This is a record that our forefathers left us so we can get back on top. Because it was prophesied that we was going to be brought down low because we disobeyed God when he gave us the earth to rule it. We didn't want to rule it like he told us to rule it. We wanted to do like everybody else, just like that.
That's
Every
right.
time, just because, give me Sirach 9:11. Watch this. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Watch this, bro. How y'all brothers doing, man? My name not Sean. I'll praise y'all brother stop, man. Because look, it's going to take the young black man to step up, man. It's going to take the young black man to change the communities. But you got to be re-instructed. Because what they teaching us now indirectly on TVs and all your music videos and all that, they teach you that you just a rapper. They teach you just a dancer. You know what I'm saying? Same thing they teach the women. They don't teach you that you can have your own society. They don't teach you can govern your own people. They teach you to just work for them. You're just a basketball player. But watch this. This is what God said. You way more than a basketball player and a rapper. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
So it said you are a holy people. It's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord who God?
The Lord thy God.
Thy is possessive. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So it said he chose thee to be a special people. When you choose somebody out of every other people, what is that doing? What you doing if you sit up there and say, it's 10 people over here, but you choose one person to be something? What you just do when you did that? If you chose one people out of 10 to be your people, what is that saying?
You want that one person?
Say what?
You want that one person?
You only want that one person. That's the only person you want to deal with. That's what God just said. Read it again. And check this out. This is the King James Version Bible, bro. The Bible's been around for thousands of years. You finna find out that this your history book is not a religion. When our people finally open up this book and read it, they'll realize it ain't no fantasy. Watch this, bro.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
So it said you are a holy people.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
To who?
Unto himself.
So all the people on the earth, he chose you to be a special people unto himself. Why you think you do everything better than every other nation on the earth?
That's
you see
right.
what I'm saying? Why you think every time you do something or come up with an idea or invention, everybody else mock you? Every
That's
other
right.
nation mock you.
Bring
Read
it
on.
out.
Come on, keep behind the page, bro.
Okay. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
Above who?
Above all people.
Above who?
Above all people.
Above all people. Does that sound like equality? So what's that nonsense they teaching? You see what I'm saying? Did you hear him say above all people? Read that again.
Above all people,
Read.
that are upon the face of the earth.
Give me Amos 3:1. So he said he chose you to be a special people above all people. Above all people. You know what that means? That knocks out equality. You know that when they try to say everybody's equal, everybody's human being, that's a lie. Because the Bible just said that the 12 tribes of Israel, his chosen people that he chose for himself, is going to be above all people.
That's right.
Now I'm going to ask you, what you ever wonder what, all right, if we supposed to be God's chosen people, how did these chosen people end up on the bottom? Because I know you got to have some kind of conscience and wonder, like, dang, we do everything better than everybody else, man. Why we can't have our own stoves? See what I'm saying? Why we ain't got our face on our own money? Why we ain't got our own militaries and police in our own communities?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Why does every other nation have somewhere to go but you? Read what you got.
The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Spoken against who?
You, O children of Israel.
You see how the Most High God keep directly pointing out a specific people? That's because this whole Bible is only written to a specific people, by a specific people. Read on.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
So when he said the whole family, he's talking about the 12 tribes. Not only the so-called blacks, but the Hispanics and Native Americans as well are your people. Read.
Saying, you only have I known.
So he said he only know you. You see how he keep pointing out directly to these people? He said he only know you, so therefore he gonna do what?
Of all the families of the earth.
Of every other nation of the earth, he say he only dealing with the black man. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you.
He gonna do what?
I will punish you.
He gonna do what?
I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So because we transgress his laws and didn't rule this earth like he told us to, he said he gonna punish us. That's the reason why we down low. Give me Deuteronomy 28. Watch this, bro. I'm finna prove to you real short that the historical events that happened in our history as black men is written in the Bible. It was prophesied thousands of years ago by Moses. You ever heard of Moses? Did you know he was black? That's your ancestor? You knew that? Nah, see what I'm saying? You think, see, that ain't definite. It's a reason why it's not definite that you know that Moses is your ancestor. Because you've been stripped of that understanding because our people as a whole has been punished because they breaking God's laws on a day-to-day basis. So remember, he said he had to punish us. Watch this, bro. Give me Deuteronomy 28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So it says it's going to come to pass. That's future tense. Watch this.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it said if you did not listen to the voice of the Lord, your God. He only your God. Remember, he said he only know you. Read on.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
So it said if you didn't observe to do all his commandments. Watch this, bro.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said all these curses was going to come upon you and overtake you if you didn't do what he told you to do. Now let me ask you this, 68. Now let me ask you this, bro. How did the so-called blacks, as far as the history they teach us, how did our people get over here to this side of the earth, to America, so-called America? On boats. What people brought us over here on boats? We finna prove that out the Bible, bro. You see what I'm saying? This Bible is only directly written to your people. Watch this, bro.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
So you said we got over here out? On what? Boats. Okay, all right. Watch this. What's a big boat? What's another word for a big boat? Something we say? Ships. Slave ships, cargo slave ships. We finna read that in the Bible, man, and prove that this your history, bro. What's your name? All right, we finna prove that. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now give me Exodus 20. So it said the Lord gonna bring you into Egypt again. Remember, Moses talking to who? The Israelites, his chosen people. So he telling them, if you did not listen and observe the laws and commandments like God told you, he's gonna bring these curses upon you. One of the curses would be that you will go into Egypt again. Now, if you know anything about Egypt, what was going on in the land of Egypt when Egypt was ruling the earth? What was they popular for? You don't know? What you say? Slavery. See, it's coming to you, bro. It's picking up that quick. Egypt is popular for slavery. Guess what?
Right.
The word Egypt actually means slavery, and we're gonna prove it. Watch this.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
So he said he brought us out of the land of Egypt. This is the first Exodus with Moses. You remember when he said, when he was sent to go tell Pharaoh, let my people go? That's the first Exodus, when they physically came out of the land of Egypt. Egypt used to be called Mizraim. Let's see why it got its name Egypt. Because what you say was going on in Egypt? Slavery. Watch this.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So it said the land of Egypt was called what? House of bondage. What's another word for bondage? Slavery. See, you catching on, bro. You on point. Go back to Deuteronomy 28:6-8. Now you gonna understand this verse. Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So he said he gonna bring you into Egypt again, and what the Bible called say Egypt was? House of bondage. Watch this, which is what? Slavery. Watch this.
Again.
So he gonna bring you into slavery again. With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
With airplanes.
With ships.
No, small canoe.
With ships.
As a nation of people, we was brought over here on cargo slave ships. I can't get to the sign right now. Yeah, that's it. Right there. Check this out. Give me verse 64. Nah, keep reading. Watch this. So it said we was brought over here as a nation on slave ships. Remember, this Moses speaking to the children of Israel thousands of years ago. These your ancestors, bro. Don't let this knowledge just pass over your head, man. It's real important. Because before then, everybody was just calling themselves niggas, getting a fade, some blonde dreads, some skinny jeans, smoking weed, and just going about their business. But now, this night right here, you finding out that your identity is God's chosen people. That you better than everything they teaching us, man.
Bring it out.
They took this information from us because they knew once the black man and Hispanic man woke up and found that there was the Israelites, that this kingdom that you see called America is going to be finished. It's going to be done. Christ going to return. He going to set it back in order, and guess who we going to use? You. You going to be the rulers of this earth. Keep reading what you got.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So it said once you got out them slave ships, you weren't going to see your homeland again. Have we left as a people and went back to where we was from? No, we still over here, what? Working sun up to sundown for low pay. In their prisons making belts and license plates for 5 cents and 7 cents an hour. You see what I'm saying? That's what they want you. That's what they want the black man at. Read.
And there ye shall be sold.
So it say and there, in that land that they take you to on them cargo slave ships, you going to be what?
Be sold.
So what happened to us when we got over here? Got sold. How was they doing? What was the method they was using to sell us? Auctions. There you go, bro. You on point. Y'all on point, man. A lot of young men y'all age probably don't even know this information. Because you know what? They taking slavery out of school. They don't want to give our people even a thought that they, to relate to this Bible. They don't want our people to wake up. But see, y'all know. See what I'm saying? That's a start right there. Y'all already know. Y'all got to understand that that's y'all history and it's right here in the Bible. So they put us on auction blocks and sold us and keep reading.
Unto your enemy.
So they was swapping y'all out with the enemy. Who was the enemy? Who was selling you on auction blocks? The who? The white people. Selling each other back and forth from state to state, from county to county.
That's right.
As Christmas presents. You see, giving our kids away to other little white kids is Christmas gifts.
Bring it out.
And now we want to celebrate Christmas, not understanding you was the Christmas gift.
That's
you see you see the contradiction? But they teach you it's about Christ now. It ain't got nothing to do with Christ. But keep reading though. That's another subject. Keep reading.
For bondmen.
So it said you gonna be sold for bondmen and whatever.
And bondwomen.
And our women were slaves too. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
Which means ain't no man gonna save you. That's the reason why Christ got to return. Because this nation of people, the Bible call them Edomites, the so-called white man. They the most powerful nation on the earth right now. So can't no black man, can't no black power move and raise these people up. Can't get these people out this situation.
That's
especially if they ain't keeping no laws. The thing is, we got to come together under the laws. Give me verse 64. I'm going to show you this right here. Check this out. Give me verse 64. Because not only what we brought, that's how we're going to prove that all these 12 tribes are Israelites. Because not only was we brought to this one land. You see what I'm saying? Watch this. It's called the transatlantic slave trade. Watch this.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
So watch this. It said when you got out them slave ships, you was going to be sold and did what?
From one end of the earth.
So it said you're going to be scattered amongst all people from one end of the earth. You see that? You see how many directions them boats was going when they got us from West Africa? And that's not where we from. We're not from West Africa. This is where we later settled because Rome in 70 AD fled us out of our land. We really from right here. This is where our people originally from. This land right here. It's the land of Israel right now. See, the people in the land of Israel are not the Israelites.
That's right.
Remember these curses. Remember we were going to be put on slave ships. So he said, so we fled from our land to West Africa, and that's where they got us from. But keep reading.
Even unto the other.
So it said you was gonna be scattered from one end of the earth to the other. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got Israelites all over the earth. It ain't just right here in America. He says you can go everywhere and find our people.
Yes,
and guess
right.
where you gonna find them at? Give me verse 43. Guess where you gonna find our people at? I'm talking about like what position they gonna be serving in the kingdom or in the country they in. What black people gonna be at as a whole? Anywhere you go. Huh? I'm saying like, all right, if you go to, let's say India, if it's some black folks in India, as a whole, as a nation of people, are they gonna be in a high seat, or like if they gonna be like a royal people, or they gonna be a low people? Basically, what I'm asking. Low. Why? Cause what? Why isn't it they place for them to be on top? What did they do to have the Most High God bring them down? We finna read it. Watch this. What you say?
It's like someone come with, like in the husband race come with me.
Say that again.
It's like someone else come with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you good, bro. We're gonna read it though. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 43.
This is why wherever you go, bro, whatever country or continent you go to where you find blacks and Hispanics, they gonna be in this situation. Read what you got.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So it say the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee. So that's talking about the other nations, the strangers, because it's not only the white man. This ain't no race. We ain't out here on no black, white thing, no racial thing. Think about it, bro. Who own this store right here? No. Who own the store right here we at right now? You know, y'all ain't college students? Ah, okay. So well, the Arabs own this store. And guess who own the store that's down the street there on White House? The Arabs. Where you go just about? Where y'all from? You from Memphis? Where you going in Memphis? We in Memphis every weekend. That's why our school located there, where we come fellowship at. Every store you go to in Memphis, who own it? Gas station. Arabs. You see what I'm saying? Read that again. So it ain't just a racial thing. Every other nation outside of the nation of Israel is not the people of God. They called strangers.
That's
Read
right.
what you got.
Verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
So it say the stranger gonna get up above you very high, and you gonna come down very low. That's why everywhere you go across America, you will notice that you will see that everywhere you go across the world, wherever our people at, we in the lower state. We gotta depend on every nation for everything. Watch this. I'm finna keep reading. Watch this, bro. I'm finna prove.
He shall lend to thee.
You hear that? So it say he gonna lend to you. Who we gotta go to if we need a loan to buy some land or buy a house? Come on, y'all gotta understand. You gotta put this, you gotta apply this with what's going on now. See what I'm saying? Who you gotta go to? The bank. Who own them banks? You see what I'm saying, bro? You catching it now? Everything we need, we gotta go to another nation.
That's right.
It's sad you can't go to your own people to borrow a couple $1,000s to buy a car. You see what I'm saying? But you gotta go to the other nations, and you may not need but $2,000. You may not need but $2,000 for the car, but guess how much you gotta pay back if you borrow that money from them? You see what I'm saying? Huh? Yeah, like $10,000. They put all their interest on it. But guess what though? If your people had the banks, if your people kept the commandments and had the banks, guess what? They wouldn't charge you nothing. If you came and borrowed $2,000, guess how much you had to pay back? $2,000. Why? Because it's a law. Remember, the guy, we supposed to keep the law. It's a law in the Bible say we can't lend upon usury, which means I can't make no money off you by lending you $2,000 and saying you owe me $4,000. You see what I'm saying? But one of the curses, the reason why you got to pay $10,000 to borrow $2,000, because what?
He shall lend to thee.
Because it said the stranger was gonna lend to you. Read.
And thou shalt not lend to him.
And it said you ain't gonna lend to him, because we ain't got nothing to lend him. That's the reason why you gotta pay $10,000 instead of $2,000 back. That's a curse, man. Give me verse 17. Keep reading.
Verse 17. Curse shall be the basket.
Now, verse 16. I'm sorry.
Verse 16.
Watch this, y'all.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So you hear that? Read it again.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So another one of the curses say you was gonna be cursed in the city. That's the reason why we in the worst predicament in the city. We in the worst areas. We populate the poorest communities. You see what I'm saying? We got the low end jobs. You know what I'm saying? Our people live in the projects stacked on top of each other in the city. You see what I'm saying? No air, no heat. You gotta provide your own air and heat, but they'll charge you $800 for an apartment. Do you know some people is spending $800 to stay in Lincoln Court? Y'all know what Lincoln Court is? The projects over there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Them folks over there paying what? $750, $800 stay over there, ain't it, bro? $750 to $800 to stay in a project with no air and heat. You tell me that ain't a curse, bro. You gotta provide your own air and heat, but you paying $750?
That's right.
That's cursed in the city. And not only that, you stacked on top of each other. 4 apartments in one small building, stacked on top of each other. You know I ain't lying.
Like a prison.
You know what I'm saying? That's a curse. Read on.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
So it said you're gonna be cursed in the field. That's our people cursed in these cotton fields, sugar cane, rice, cocoa. Some of our people still over there on the west coast of Africa got our kids climbing up trees to pick them, what they call them, cocoa beans or whatever, to make chocolate. That's how, you know, they be having kids do that just for food and water. They picking plenty of cocoa beans so you can have Hershey's and Nestle and all that. That's why they having our folks say gonna be what?
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
So it said, cursed shall you be in the field. That's historical proof right there, biblical proof. This our people. God only dealing with one people. Remember, say he only gonna punish you. You see what I'm saying? Watch this, verse 32. I'm gonna read a few more scriptures. Watch this, y'all.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So it said your sons and your daughters were gonna be given to another people. Whose sons and daughters was taken away and given to another people? When did that happen? It's during slavery. They snatch your kids out your arms and take them to another plantation. You raise them up to be 5 or 6. And here it is, your kid getting snatched out your arm and sold to another slave master on another plantation that you may never see again. Imagine that. And bring it up to the day. If somebody, let's say y'all didn't get along and y'all stay next door to each other, all because you didn't like him, if you call the police on him for any reason because he was just simply discipline his kids, which that's what you're supposed to do. Discipline your kids if they in the wrong, not beat them to death. You see what I'm saying? But discipline your kids. But just because you didn't like him, you call the police on him and say he over there beating the mess out his daughter or something. Guess who coming to get his kids? What nation of people? They gonna take your kids away from you. Place them in foster home, and they may even get adopted by another family. Guess what? That you don't know. They may be in another county, another state. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Read on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them.
So it said your eyes was gonna look and fail for longing for them. That means guess what? All you gonna be able to do is watch them folks take your kids, cause you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. If them folks come to your door right now and take your family from you, what can the black man do to defend himself, defend his family? At the end of the day, nothing. Cause them folks coming with truckloads of people probably surrounding your house, ready for any little trick you got up your sleeve. Because it ain't gonna be what?
And thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Because it ain't gonna be no might in your hand. That's why I say you only gonna be able to look. It ain't gonna be no might. That means no power in your hand to do nothing about them people taking your kids. Just like we couldn't do nothing about them taking our kids then. You see what I'm saying? That's a curse, bruh. Think about it. You a grown man, but you can't defend yourself against another grown man. You see what I'm saying? Us being men, it ain't really nothing. We can't even protect our own wives to a certain extent, bruh. You see what I'm saying? You see the curse behind that? Give me verse 30.
Verse 30.
Watch this. Just a few more.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
So not only is your kids gonna be taken from you, and you're not gonna have no power to get them back, but what was gonna happen?
Thou shalt betroth a wife.
That means be promised to a wife or engaged, and what's gonna happen?
And another man,
read,
shall lie with her.
Is gonna have sex with your wife. Cause guess what happened? That's what happened to us in slavery. If you seen a woman you wanted and you want to say, yeah, I want to marry her. If you engaged her, guess who had to sleep with your wife before you did? The slave master. There's somebody else, you betrothing a wife and another man lying with her. Guess what else? Same thing today. Is it really a such thing as a virgin at the age of 20, 21? You see what I'm saying? I ain't saying it ain't at all, but for the most part, our people start very early.
That's right.
Somebody else gonna be end up lying with the woman you laying with before you lay with her, and you promised to her. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You gotta understand that these is curses that the Most High put on you. And y'all spirits should be able to bear witness with this. I know y'all probably not that old, but at the end of the day, y'all seen what y'all parents went through, your brothers, your sisters, and what your peers going through. You see what I'm saying? You gotta understand it. These are curses because of what? Our disobedience. So what you think we gotta do to get out of the situation we in? To break the curse. If God cursed us because we broke the laws, our people broke the laws, what you think our people gotta do to get back right? To get back on top, to break the curse? What you think we gotta do? I'm gonna say it again. Matter of fact, read verse 15. We just got a few more scriptures, but I want y'all to understand this message before y'all leave. Listen to this. This is the reason why all these curses we just read was put up on our people. Read.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it says it's gonna come to pass if you don't listen to your God, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
So it said to do all his commandments, which is written right here. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
remember it said all these curses, read,
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Not only is they gonna come upon you, they gonna overtake you. You understand that? So what's the reason why these curses were put upon us? Say what?
They ain't coming down the street.
I can't hear you. Disobey. Disobey what? His commandments. So what must we do to break this curse as a people? What we gonna do to get back on top? Huh? Obey what? His commandments. Give me 1 Kings chapter 8 verse 46. Got a few more scriptures right quick. Like I say, I just want y'all to understand this message, because I ain't want y'all to think when y'all were walking by that we just a Christian group or a gospel singer, you know, none of that. You know, we really love our people, man. We do this every day. We take times out of our days. We lose time from our families or whatever else we got to do, sacrifice time and our lives to come out here and show our people who they are and what they must do. You see what I'm saying? To get back on top as a people, to repent. And this is how you're going to get the kingdom too. The kingdom of heaven was for you.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But the only way you're going to get it is to come back to the commandments through who? The faith of Christ. And when he returned, the real Christ, that's another thing though. That's another thing I want to show y'all too. That this right here that's been taught to us, bro, this is not of the Bible. Christ does not look nothing like this. We can prove that. He actually looked just like y'all. You see what I'm saying? And that's proof. We got biblical proof. But we're going to finish this up right quick. Watch this.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 8 verse 46. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not.
So it said, if they sin against you, this King Solomon saying a prayer. King Solomon was the wisest king of Israel, and we can prove in the Song of Solomon that he was a black man. Hold that, get that right quick, right fast, y'all. I want to show y'all what King Solomon looked like. I just want y'all to know who's saying this prayer. You know what I'm saying? That way it'll make more sense to you, you know what I'm saying? Because he gonna be speaking about his people in future tense. So I want y'all to know what he looked like, because he gonna give a description of himself in the Bible. Watch this.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
It's the Song of Solomon. You hear that? The Song of Solomon. I want to get this for the band come. The Song of Solomon. So King Solomon wrote this. Read.
I am black.
He is what?
I am black.
He is what?
I am black.
He is what?
I am black.
You hear that? He said he is black. 1 Kings 8:46. So King Solomon, the wisest king of Israel, was what? Was a black man. Did you know that, bro? Did you know that? Did you know that? See, that's restoring, that's called restoration right there. That's restoring your identity to you. This is what they didn't want you to know. So when you read 1 Kings 8:46, that's why you'll understand why this black man was speaking about his people in prophecy. Read.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 8 verse 46. If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them, and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto the land of the enemy.
So you heard that? It said they be delivered to their enemy, which carried them away captive. Remember, we just read that with the ships, right? So King Solomon saying, man, look, if they sin against you and they end up being carried into captivity, read on.
Far or near.
Far or near, because some of our people is still close to our homeland. Some of our people still in the homeland, but they ain't ruling in their own homeland. They at the bottom, in a swamp land right now. See what I'm saying? Read on. They say far or near, read.
Yet, if they shall bethink themselves.
It said, but if they bethink themselves, bethink means to remember. If they remember who they are and what they done, read on.
In the land whether they were carried captive.
It said in the land where they was carried captive. What land was we carried captive to? America, right here. So it said, if you remember who you are in the very land you was carried captive, read.
And repent.
And do what?
Repent.
And do what?
repent.
So it said, bethink yourself, remember, repent. That mean to change, read.
And make supplication.
And make supplication, that mean a prayer unto God, read.
Unto thee.
Unto who?
Unto thee.
To God, read on.
In the land of them that carried them captive.
In the land of them that carried them captive, right here in America, read on. Read that again.
We have sinned.
So it said when you make supplication saying we have sinned, which means I acknowledge that I sinned and did what? Disobeyed your commandments. Read.
And have done perversely.
And done perversely. That means you done wickedly. You done contrary of what he told you to do. Read. We gonna get some of the last thing I want to do before y'all leave. I'm trying to make it fast. Because for me to show you who you are, that you must come back to who you are, I got to show you what you must be doing. The very things that you stop doing. You see what I'm saying? So I got to read some laws after this scripture, just a few laws to show y'all some of the things that our people stopped doing. The laws they broke. You see what I'm saying? Watch this.
We have committed wickedness. And so return unto thee.
So it said we got to return to him. That would mean to repent. That means to change your mind, acknowledge your offense, acknowledge the things you did wrong and fix it. That's how you return to God. Because when you disobey him, you left him. You see what I'm saying? The very God that created you and then created you to be what? Above all people, you cast the laws behind your back and said, I don't want to do it the way you created me and told me to do it. So you know what I'm saying? So now he's giving us a chance. That's the whole reason why Christ came and died. To give us repentance. Now he's giving us a chance to get it right. Read.
And so return unto thee with all their heart.
So it says you got to return with all your heart. That means your mind got to be focused on getting right with God. That means coming back to this Bible, learning it, and applying it to your life. Read.
And with all their soul.
Read.
In the land of their enemies, which led them away captive.
Give me Leviticus 21:5. So I got to show you some laws right quick. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole point of repenting. Changing your mind, be thinking yourself. So for you to bethink yourself, you got to know who you once was as a people. You gotta be able to see what we done wrong. You see what I'm saying? It's the only way you're gonna repent. Watch this.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So it say the children of Israel ain't supposed to make baldness up on your head. That means you ain't supposed to take a razor and shave your head bald. This is a law.
Bring it out.
Don't make no baldness up on your head. That's a law. Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of thy beard.
So it said neither shall you shave off the corner of your beard. That means disconnecting the natural lining of your beard. You gotta let it go. Grow. That don't mean you can't line it up, but you can't be making it all little and take away from the natural lining of it. You can't disconnect. You can't just have a goatee or just a mustache and take the sideburns off. You gotta let it all grow. That's why you see us letting our beards grow. Because it says you ain't supposed to do what?
They shall not mar the corners of their beard, neither make any cuttings in their flesh.
So not only are you not supposed to destroy your beard, but it said don't make no cuttings in your flesh. What's some cuttings in your flesh? What's that talking about? Tattoos. You ain't supposed to get no tattoos. Because the Bible said don't make no cuttings in your flesh. See, all these is the things that the other nations did, that the other people did. White folks was most popular for it because they used to tattoo themselves because they lacked melanin in their skin. So just to get themselves some kind of shade, I guess that's what they thought they were doing. They used to put ink on their body and brands and all that stuff. And that's what they teach you in fraternities as well. That's why it's called Greek fraternity, because the original Greeks was white.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? Ain't none of that stuff ever been of our laws or customs.
Bring it out.
See what I'm saying? Give me Numbers 15:38. So I'm gonna show y'all a couple laws right quick so y'all understand what it means to repent. It means to make a change.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You gotta action. It's an action word. Read.
Right. The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So it says, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments. That's why you see different fringes on all our garments out here. We wear these on all our clothes. You see what I'm saying? We got different fringes. It's different styles, different colors. I'm telling you, man, it's really a beautiful thing when you see a lot of people doing it. When a lot of people got them on, it's a good looking thing. But it's not only for the look. We finna read down and you're going to see why he told us to put fringes on our garments. Read on.
Throughout their generation.
So it say throughout your generations. That means as long as your nation of people is generating, these fringes got to go on your clothes. And it's for a reason. Watch this.
and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So it said upon the fringe, when you put it up on your garment, you got to have a border of blue around the fringe. That's why it's different colors. It's different shades of blue. Whichever one you choose, it has to go on the border of the fringe. That's our dress code for men and women. This the children of Israel overall. Read. We finna show you what.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
So it said it's gonna be unto you for a fringe. Read.
That ye may look upon it.
So when you see the fringe, you're gonna look upon it.
And remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So it said you're gonna remember all the commandments of the Lord. That means, matter of fact, keep reading. It's gonna explain it. Watch this.
And do them.
And do them. Read.
And that ye seek not after your own heart.
So it say when you look up on that fringe, it's gonna remind you not to seek after your own heart. Read.
And your own eyes, after which ye use to go a-whoring.
So it say when you look on this fringe, when you got this fringe on, it's gonna remind you of the laws. It's gonna remind you, I can't do that. It's just like just like if you see a young lady, if you ain't married for one, and then you look at a woman that you ain't got no attention to prove and later marry, you just looking on her, just because she got something you like. That's called lusting. The scriptures tell us not to do that as well. So when you see something that you like, it can be anything, not just women. So if you see something that you like, that don't mean you're supposed to lust after. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to look at the fringe and be like, man, I can't be doing that. Let me get to Leviticus 11. I'm gonna show y'all another thing too that our people struggle with. So the fringe is to remind us of the laws of God. That means if we end up having that temptation to do some kind of sin, the fringe is what you're supposed to look at to remind you, I'm an Israelite, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? God made me a chosen people, made me a holy people. So read this. Let me show y'all something else. I'm gonna ask y'all something. Do y'all eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all that stuff? Y'all eat that, right? Did y'all know y'all weren't supposed to eat that? According to God. We're gonna prove it. These are laws. Remember, the curses was put up on us because of what? Alright, so let me ask you this. Are we still under the curses that we read? Right. See what I'm saying? So to break the curse, you gotta do what? I'm just saying that I know y'all remember, but I want this to be stamped in y'all mind so y'all can think on this day after day. And Lord willing, by us planting this seed in y'all, it'll grow, and y'all will be out here doing the same thing we doing one day. You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing to take light. This for your salvation. The scriptures say, keep the commandments and live. Read what you got.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed.
So it says the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed. What swine? Pig. So it say the swine, read.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
He don't regurgitate his food. That's what a clean animal do. It got more than one stomach. He regurgitates his food and clean his food. Read.
He is unclean to you.
So it don't regurgitate his food. The Most High God say the pig is unclean to you. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of our people don't realize, they don't know that they ain't supposed to eat swine, and that's the reason why they end up with high blood pressure, diabetes, gout, gangrene, getting their legs and stuff cut off, because that's a toxinous animal.
That's right.
That animal can't even sweat out a sickness or a disease.
That's
you see what I'm saying? So all that is going into your body. That's why I say it's unclean to you. It don't regurgitate its food. It ain't got no sweat glands neither. Give me jump down to verse 9. Read this. So you eat shrimp, crab, lobster. All right, watch this.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
So it say, these shall ye eat of all that's in the waters. Read.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales.
So this the dietary law. No swine. Then it say, in the waters, if you eat it, it got to have what?
Fins and scales.
So it said it got to have fins and scales. Some fish that got fins and scales are what? Yeah, what fish got? Salmon. Yeah, nah, catfish don't. You remember, catfish just got a fin, but it's slick. It ain't got no scales.
That's right.
Read that part again.
And these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales.
So it say whatsoever have fins and scales. You could just look up to be safe. You know what I'm saying? It's best for you to look up fish. Look up these different fish to make sure before you put it in your body got fins and scales. Catfish don't.
That's
Catfish
right.
is slick, and it's a scavenger. All they do is swim around at the bottom of the sea looking for dead fish and doo-doo and all the waste in the sea. Same thing the pig do. You can throw anything in there to eat it. You throw a dead body in a field full of cows or goats and see what it do. It going the other way. Like, I don't want that rotten mess. That's what buzzards and pigs and catfish for. See what I'm saying? They're not to be eaten. They was made for a reason, but they weren't made for you to eat. They was made to be the scavengers of the earth. See what I'm saying?
That's right.
So what's some other things that don't have fins and scales? Crab, shrimp, lobster, all that stuff, they do the same thing as the catfish. You see what I'm saying? They scavengers. So it ain't to be eaten. That's the reason why when people eat shrimp, I think it's called iodine poison or something like that. Yep. They get iodine poison. You know what I'm saying? Liver cancer and all kind of crazy stuff. Because they keep eating that shrimp, that crab, that lobster. And what's crazy about the shrimp and the lobster, you notice, now the Most High God just said you ain't supposed to eat it, right? You don't think the so-called white man know this book? He done read this, but guess what he do? He make a store called Red Lobster and put the sign, one of the biggest signs you see on a lot of highways in cities. So they sit up there and exalt an animal that ain't even supposed to be eaten. They'll sit up there and charge you $20 for a plate of something that ain't even supposed to be food.
Bring it out.
See what I'm saying? They're like me giving you some cardboard and telling you this $25.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. And they know these things. So you got to remember, the Most High God say we was cursed because we broke his commandments. You see what I'm saying? So y'all cannot let this go past y'all. Y'all got to remember that y'all are the Israelites. Do y'all understand y'all the Israelites now? You see what I'm saying? Did we not go into the Bible and prove that we are the Israelites? We proved it. One more short thing, it's probably gonna take them like 3 scriptures, 4 at the most. I'm gonna make it quick. I gotta show y'all that Christ, I gotta prove to y'all with the Bible that Christ is not a white man. He is a black man from the tribe of Judah. This tribe right here, the so-called American blacks. That's the same tribe you from. And remember, you remember when we read the scripture about King Solomon? What color did it say King Solomon was, bro? Black. All right. King Solomon was from the tribe of Judah, right? All right, we're gonna prove all that stuff. We're gonna make it quick though. I don't want to hold y'all up, but I definitely want to get the understanding through to y'all because that's what we out here for. You see what I'm saying? So give me Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. Give me Revelation 1 and 1 first. Watch this. We finna prove to y'all that Christ is not what we've been taught all our lives. This image is in the back of our head when we pray because they stamp this thing in our minds deeply. This thing deeply rooted in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans' mind. To the point where we teach our kids, think about it. You teach your kids the greatest people on earth is a white man. So you really think he gonna look up to you? If you teach your son, this the greatest man on the earth right here, son. He looking at his daddy like, well, who the hell are you? Who am I to follow you? You don't look like the greatest man on earth. Matter of fact, our neighbor, Mr. Bob, looked like I want to go over his house.
Yes,
because he looked more like the greatest man on earth. You see the psychological effect it can have on us? Read what you got.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants.
So he said this is the revelation of Jesus Christ. What's the root word of revelation? Revelation. What's the root word of revelation? Reveal. So watch this. This is the revealing of Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the greatest man that walked the earth, that made the sacrifice for our people so they can repent. Watch this. 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it say his head and his hairs were white like wool. Now when they say his head and his hairs, this is when it's talking about his head. It's talking about his actual hair on his head. When it says his head and his hairs, it's talking about his beard. That thing you ain't supposed to cut off your face. That's the reason why he had hairs on his face as well. And he had hair on his head. Because remember, don't make no baldness. Christ kept the laws of God. Read what you got. So it say his head and his hairs was white like wool. I gotta ask the question. Who got woolly hair on this earth? Alright, that's what that brother got right there. I know you got the same thing too, his is visible. That's woolly hair.
That's right.
Where is the woolly hair on this guy? So who is this that's in our grandma's house, man? What are they teaching us in the schools? What's hanging up in the little baptizing, behind the baptizing pool in the Christian church? This right here. Why they ain't got that right there in the Christian church? Read what you got.
As white as snow. And his
So it says his hair was white as snow. That means fully gray. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So it say he had eyes as the flame of fire. The whites of his eyes. This is a depiction. We're not saying this is the actual Christ. We saying this is a depiction of him way better than what they gave us. You see what I'm saying? So it says his eyes was as a flame of fire. It's about the whites of his eyes. The reason why his eyes was the flame of fire because he drunk wine. We can read that scripture in Genesis 49. He drunk wine moderately. He wasn't a drunkard. He didn't get drunk. He just drunk wine in moderation. That was his first miracle. Y'all remember that? So the whites his eyes was red. You don't see that right here. You see blonde, stringy, dog hair and blue eyes. You see what I'm saying? it has nothing to do with the actual revelation of Christ in the Bible. So what gives them the authority and right to teach this to our people? God didn't give them that authority. Satan gave them that authority. You see what I'm saying? This picture was to deceive you, to make you believe that you are nothing and they everything. That's the reason why they exalt this image as Christ, but this is a lie. And we proving it with the Bible. Read what you got.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So it said he had white woolly hair, he had red eyes because he drank wine, and his feet was like unto fine brass. What color is brass? Brown, right? So, where's the brown skinned man right here? Because if I look at the top of your feet, if you had on sandals, and I looked at the top of your foot, I'm pretty sure the top of your foot is gonna be the same color as your face, right? So when they looked down, when John the Revelator looked down at Christ's feet, he said his feet was like unto fine brass, read.
As if,
read.
They burn in a furnace.
So it said his feet was like as if they burn in a furnace. If you burn anything in a furnace, bro, piece of paper, piece of rice, what color is it gonna turn? Black. So if you already a brown skinned man, and he said it was like what?
As if they burn in a furnace.
It was as if it burned in a furnace when he looked at him. What color is this man? Black. Give me Hebrews 7:14. I got two more scriptures. Hebrews 7:14, then Jeremiah 14:2, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Unless y'all want to keep hearing it. Because this is the most important thing on the earth, man. Because I'm gonna tell you what this is doing. It ain't just some brief information. What this gonna do, this is the beginning of your kingdom. When you see black man come, this Bible prophecy that God was gonna wake his people up to repent, keep the laws of God, and come back on top. You see what I'm saying? This is the beginning right here. You see what I'm saying? And y'all can be a part of it. You should want to be a part. This your history, this your heritage. This is why God put you on the earth, to be a ruler, to be a priest. That means to get out here and teach the laws of God. That's what our people got to do. That's the only thing gonna get us out these issues we in. You see what I'm saying? The situations that's in our neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? That's the only reason, that's the only thing that's gonna keep STDs out the community. Broken homes, interracial marriages, all that stuff. People running to the other nations because they don't feel comfortable with their own people. This gonna put an end to it, the laws of God. You see what I'm saying? This what's gonna, how can I own a business? Let me ask you something. How can I own a business with somebody that may steal from me? You know the scriptures in Exodus 20, we can read that. It say, thou shalt not steal. Leviticus 19:11 say, thou shalt not lie one to another. You see what I'm saying? If I can't trust you because you may steal or lie to me about any little thing, how can I have a business with you? If I can't have one business with you, how can I govern a street or a community with you? How can I have my own state? How can I run a state with you, a country, a world? So our people got to be retaught. Our people not taught the laws of God. That's the reason why we don't have nothing. Remember, he said he was going to put these curses on you if you did what? Disobeyed. And you want to know why we know it's our people in this Bible that disobeyed? Because we still disobeying. A lot of our people will get this word and walk out like it was nothing never said to them. Make sure that ain't true. Because the Most High God is witness to him sending us out here to give y'all this message. This message was meant for y'all. Give me Proverbs 20:24, then them two scriptures I want. Real quick. This message was meant for y'all, and we're going to show it to y'all in the Bible. The Most High God could have sent y'all any other direction. I don't know exactly where y'all going, but he could have had y'all come through a little earlier or a little later. But he said, no, I'm going to send my prophets out there, and that's what I'm going to send them through. Because I want them to get this message. I want them to know they're Israelites. I want them to know the greatest man on earth, Jesus the Christ, the Son of God, is a black man that come from the same tribe as them, look just like them, and died for them. Gave them a chance to repent, come back, keep the laws, and receive the kingdom of heaven that's going to be brought to you when Christ returns. That's the message that the Most High God wanted us to give to y'all tonight. It could have been anybody else. Watch this.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings.
So it said a man's going, read.
Are of the Lord.
So it say a man's going is of the Lord. So it could have been any other time that y'all walked through here, but y'all walked through here for this. You see what I'm saying? I promise you. This is the whole reason why the Most High God sent us out here and y'all walked through here simultaneously. So give me them two scriptures, and I'll give me them two scriptures. Yeah.
The book of Hebrews.
We finna further prove that Christ is a black man. Y'all, we gotta prove it, and what we finna do now is prove to y'all that y'all come from the same tribe. He come from the tribe of Judah, and y'all come from the same tribe. Watch this.
The book of Hebrews chapter 7 verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So it says it's evident that our Lord, who is our Lord? Jesus the Christ. The one we just read in the Bible, the one with the feet like fine brass and the woolly hair. It says it's evident that he sprang out of Judah. Read what you got.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning.
So it say Judah mourning. That means we in mourning right now. You see how people mourning right now? Because we always got our head down. We always beat up, depressed, and stressed because of our situation. That's mourning right there. Read what you got.
And the gates thereof language.
And it said the gates language. When we was in Jerusalem, when we had our own country and our own land, we always had leaderships at the gates. The word language means to fall away or fall down. So it said our leadership went away. That's the reason why you don't have our older men in our communities telling the young black man right from wrong, telling the young women right from wrong, what not to do and what to do. You don't have that no more in black communities, right or wrong. You don't have that. So it said the gates language or went away. Read.
They are black.
So it said that tribe of Judah that's in mourning is what?
They are black.
So it said they are black is what?
Unto the ground.
The deeper and deeper. Let me ask you this. The top layer of the ground is what? When they say the ground, they black unto the ground. The ground, I ain't talking about the grass. Yeah, the dirt is brown. You know, the deeper and deeper you go into the soil, you know it get blacker and blacker. That's where you get your mulch and your dark soil and stuff people use in their flower beds. That ain't nothing but simply dirt. They dig deep into the ground and it get blacker and blacker. That's why you got people that's of our people that's light skin, brown skin, dark skin, you see what I'm saying? Dark brown skin. Because we said that we are black unto the ground, which means black as the ground.
That's right.
Which prove you that what? When Adam was created, he was created by what? The first man. I'm saying, yeah, he was created by God, but what did God create him from? What did the Most High God create Adam from? Dirt. It just said what? Read that again.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. They are black unto the ground.
So it said they are black unto the ground, which proves what? That the ground is black. That same ground that he made Adam from is black, which makes Adam what? So what's that? Who is that white boy and that white girl with that snake around their neck on Google Images when you Google Adam and Eve of the Bible? You see, that's a lie. And that's the stories they have us teach our kids to make us think that they people are better than our people. When they go to school, they want to be like Betsy and Allie and all them. And Jennifer. You know, they don't want to be like their own people. You see what I'm saying? They don't want that woolly hair. Give me Proverbs 3:31. They don't want that woolly hair. Notice that. What are women doing, man? Bleaching and burning their hair to try to make it straight and look like the other people. Why? Because when they Google Adam and Eve, it's a white person. When they Google Jesus Christ, it's a white person. When they Google Moses, he white. When they Google Paul and Peter, he white.
Bring it out.
So psychologically, guess what? They think the best people that ever walked this earth, they think God's chosen people in Christ is white people. Read what you got.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31.
But this is what the Bible instructed us not to do. Read.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
This is a commandment. It said, envy not your oppressor. That means don't try to be like your oppressor.
That's right.
Don't bleach your hair and don't blonde your hair and press your hair out to try to look like the other people. Christ got woolly hair. The Most High God got woolly hair. We can prove that. So why are we trying to sit up there and bleach our skin and our hair to look like them? Read on.
And choose none of his ways.
So it said don't choose none of his ways. That's all these Greekish fashions they teach us in college. All these Greek fraternities, all that stuff is idolatry. Don't you know that they are teaching our people indirectly to serve other gods? That's called idolatry. God said don't have no other gods before me. They teaching them all these different rituals to get in these fraternities and sororities, and behind the scenes, guess what? It's a Greek god or either an Egyptian idol, a Greek idol or Egyptian idol behind all that madness. That's choosing our oppressor way. Why would you try to follow the person that brought you down and oppressed you and shot you down and raped your women and told you was just a nigga? How would you sit up there and listen to him to get into the kingdom of heaven? You think that man gonna teach you the kingdom of heaven when he done all that to you? He stripped your nationality from you. You see what I'm saying? You think that's the person that's gonna get you into heaven? Why would you even follow? Why would you look up to this as Christ when it's the same people that enslaved you? Some sit wrong in the back of our heads did. Like, hold on. If that's Jesus Christ, and them the people that's gunning us down, giving us poisonous food, raping our women, kidnapping our children, I don't think I want to follow that guy.
Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.